Man, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Shout out to everybody who come out to the live stream. First and foremost, man, I need to shout you guys out. It's been dope, man. The comments are going, the vibes are good. We talk about all types of shit. If you guys have not been to the live stream yet, make sure you guys tune in every weekday, 8:30 a.m. PST until we pretty much wrap up. It could be 2 hours, 4 hours, however long we stay in there. But anyways, people, we're moving on into this Harmony Montgomery situation. And I've been kind of preaching to the choir for a while that Child Protective Services, CPS, all this shit, they're kind of useless, bro. And it's like we have times like this when they come out and they give their account and it's so obvious that the kid is being beat up or whatever, and still nothing has been done. So without further ado, we're moving into a CPS worker who basically gives his account of what happened, what was going on into the family, and basically the things that he saw when reporting and, following reports to this family.
My name is Demetrius Tsaros. First name is Demetrios. Last name is Tsaros.
And Mr. Soros, I'm just going to ask that you speak as loud as you can.
Yeah, thank you. I will.
Mr. Soros, what city do you live in?
I live in Concord, New Hampshire. I apologize. I just moved. Pembroke, New Hampshire.
How long have you been a New Hampshire resident?
All my life.
And what do you currently do for a living?
I am a career level letter carrier for the Postal Service.
The U.S. Postal Service?
Yes, yes.
And how long have you worked in that capacity?
Since September of 2021.
Prior to September 2021, how were you employed?
I was employed as a CPSW, a Child Protective Service worker with the state of New Hampshire for DCYF.
And that acronym that you just gave, CPSW, can you tell the jurors what that means?
Yes, Child Protective Service worker.
How long did you work for DCYF?
Approximately 10 years.
And in your capacity as a caseworker for DCYF, did you have occasion to interact with someone named Adam Montgomery?
I did.
And
All right, so, even him, this is some type of a field you would expect someone to stay in lifelong, right? Now he's a mail postal carrier. I wonder why he left. Maybe it's because they don't do shit. I don't know. You guys give me personal accounts of CPS actually being helpful, but everything I see, almost everything on the news, anything you see, Child Protective Services is garbage, bro. Every time. I hope he kind of touches on why he left, but who knows? We'll go into it and check it out. But it's just irritating that, we have Adam Montgomery, you have Christopher Greger and his weird looking ass. You have all these people doing all this stuff to their kids on a regular basis. And what does CPS do? They're cleared. No, the contusions could have been caused by something else. It's ridiculous.
calling your attention specifically to 2019, the summer of 2019, did you receive a report regarding Adam Montgomery?
I did.
Are you aware of whether or not he had children?
Not when I first received the report.
Was the report regarding one of his children?
Yes.
Which child was that?
Specifically, it was Harmony.
Harmony Montgomery.
I'm sorry, Harmony Montgomery.
And was that report regarding an injury to Harmony Montgomery?
Yes.
Do you know who made that initial report?
I do not. It was anonymous.
Do you remember specifically when that report was made?
It was July of 2019, towards the end of the month. Specifically, it was either the 19th or the 29th.
Would looking at your report refresh your recollection?
Yes. July 29th, 2019.
Did that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Okay, so if you could just turn that over. Let's face down. There.
And sir, I'm just going to ask you to keep your voice up so that all the jurors can hear you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And can you tell us that date again? I missed it.
July 29th, 2019.
And what did you do after your involvement on that call began?
I apologize. Could you be more specific?
So you got a report. What did you do after you received that report?
When I received the report, I initiated trying to make contact with the family in order to see them, see the family, see the children, ascertain safety.
And I bet you that took another 30 days to happen. It's like you think the family is abusive, and then you call the family and give them a heads up. It doesn't make sense for me. I mean, I've never been in the system, so maybe that's just how shit works. But y'all who have been, does that make any sense? I thought you just go and check in. You have addresses. You have schools that the kids go to. You talk to other people. They're just like, oh, hey, sir, we heard you're beating the shit out of your kid. Is that true? I don't know.
And is that generally what you do, or is that what you did in this specific case?
Generally, that was the standard practice.
In this specific case, though, what did you do?
Specifically, tried to initiate contact. I ended up going out to the listed address in an effort to see the family.
And do you recall what that address was?
I believe it was 77 Guilford Street or Guilford Ave.
Tell us about that trip out to the 77 Guilford Street or Ave.
So I drove to the location, and as I pulled up, the location, I noticed a person who I recognized as Adam Montgomery getting into a car.
And let me stop you there.
Yes.
Yes?
The witness. So, Mr. Soros, I'm going to show you what's been admitted and previously published. It's as State's Exhibit 101.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize the individual that's depicted there?
I do. It's Adam Montgomery.
So, when you said that you recognized the individual getting into a car, I believe,
Yes,
that was this Adam Montgomery?
it was.
Was anyone else present with him as he was getting into that vehicle?
There was a young girl, small girl.
That interaction, your observation of the defendant, Adam Montgomery, and the small girl who was with him, how long was that?
Not very long. Basically, as I was pulling up and getting ready to park, they were getting into the vehicle, and I can't remember exactly how far away I was, 30, 40 feet or so, when I was parking my car, and I observed them getting into the vehicle.
So you're parking your vehicle. Were you outside of your vehicle when you saw him, or were you still inside your vehicle?
I was still inside my vehicle.
What are the
And
odds that he runs into them? Like the same duo that he's looking for, bam, finds them. But I still think that the phone call is a stupid practice. Like, why are you going to call them and warn them? There's a posted address, just like he said. Go pull up on the posted address. I thought they had some sort of like, immunity where they could just pull up to you and ask you questions and shit. I don't know. It just seems very broken to me, man. 2 little girls who really just didn't have to die. Definitely Harmony. This guy was a career criminal. Everybody knew he was bad. Like, I mean, the guy has a teardrop on his fucking face, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's kind of obvious. And they still let him have custody over her.
Young girl that you saw with the defendant, what was she doing?
Nothing really in particular, just getting into the vehicle, her father helping her into the vehicle, excuse me, I didn't know if it was her father at the time, the person, Adam, helping her into the vehicle.
Specifically with respect to that small female that you saw, how long were you able to observe her for before she got into the vehicle?
Maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, not a long period of time.
And this was from 30 to 40 feet away?
Correct.
I want to back up for just a moment. The child that you were going to see, it was a female, is that right?
Yes.
How long, sorry, let me strike that. Were you able to clearly see the child when you were in your car there?
I guess as clearly as I could from that distance.
Did you observe anything about the child other than her gender?
No, just it literally just looked like a small child, a female, getting into a car with someone.
How long were they parked there for before they drove away?
Not long. She got into the car. He then got into the car, and they drove away.
And you said the distance already, but was this on a public road, or were they in a driveway or something else?
Public road. They were parked on the side of the road in front of the house that I was going to.
During that home visit, did you interact with a child named Harmony Montgomery?
No,
Why not?
aside from seeing her at that home visit, because she had left. She was the little girl that got into the car.
Is that something that you learned that day or at a later time?
That day.
I wonder if he knew that CPS was coming through. I mean, I find it kind of coincidental that, they're leaving the second he pulls up. Now, remember, he did say he called and then decided to go check on the home address. So I wonder if he got the call and he was like, you know what, shit, we should probably leave just in case. I don't know, man. Just the fact that he was able to get custody of this girl is what really just doesn't make sense to me.
While you were at the home attempting to make contact with Harmony, was there anything that drew your attention away as you were approaching the home?
Anything that drew my attention away?
Yes.
Nothing in particular.
Do you
I mean-
recall?
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you recall noting that there was a loud dog that was barking at you?
Yes, there was a loud dog, a large dog barking at me from the property.
And was that before or after the defendant drove away with this young female?
I believe it was after. It was after they left. I approached the property.
And the fact
you
that,
went to-
you're doing all this shit to this kid, you have all these people coming through, CPS, this and that. And the fact that you're going to go as far as to say that, oh, yeah, he beat his wife or he struck fear into her to not say anything. That is a load of bullshit. You can't tell me that there's out of 24 hours out of the day that the mother couldn't go tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't go and go snitch on him out of the 24 hours out of the day. She was so scared of her life, so scared for her life, so intimidated by him that she couldn't go and tell somebody. I mean, come on now. I even heard the judge say that, and I was kind of like, well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have found a way to tell somebody. That shit is crazy, but anyways.
Successful in seeing Harmony Montgomery that day.
Correct.
Did you attempt to follow up with the defendant?
I did.
Tell us about those attempts.
That was initiating a phone call and speaking with Adam and trying to arrange a home visit in which I could actually come and see and speak with Harmony.
When were those attempts? You mentioned a phone call. When was that phone call?
I think I would have to look at my notes to refresh my memory, but I believe it was later that day that I spoke with Adam on the phone.
Please do, if you believe that that would refresh your recollection.
Yes, it was later that day.
Did you also attempt to call the defendant on August 1st?
I again would have to refer to my notes.
Please do.
I did.
Did you speak to the defendant on August 1st?
I did.
What, if anything, did he tell you about Harmony's condition?
I would have to, again, look at my notes for details.
Please do. Do you recall what, if anything, the defendant told you about Harmony's condition when you spoke to him on August 1st?
With the contact I just reviewed, I was speaking to him about setting up the home visit and that he had, one of his children was not feeling well and he needed to take him to be seen.
And
So we
during-
had, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So we would not be able to have a home visit and it would have to be rescheduled.
And during that conversation, did he also tell you that he believed that Harmony had the same illness as his other child?
That I don't remember. I don't recall.
Do you think that that reviewing your notes would refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Please do.
Okay, bro. I know it's been a while, but damn, review your notes before the trial, dog. This is the type of shit that kind of slows things down and kind of messes things up. Like, be prepared, bro. Anyways, he's a postal guy. It's not his job anymore. Just saying. But it's crazy to me. He has his kids, he has his daughter, he has his son, and he has all this criminal background. I just don't understand.
And Mr. Soros, is your memory refreshed?
Yes. And Adam did say that he believed Harmony now had the same illness or condition that his other child had.
That again was on August 1st,
Yes,
so 2 days after you went out.
correct.
At any point during your response, did you have a face-to-face with Harmony Montgomery?
Could you ask me that again? I'm sorry.
At any point during your response, did you have a face-to-face interaction with Harmony Montgomery?
My response, as far as my following up with the report,
Correct.
I did.
When was that?
I believe it was about a week later. The exact date, I don't remember.
Do you think that reviewing your report would refresh your recollection with respect to the date?
Yes.
Can you please do so?
Yes, it was August 7th, approximately a week later.
What, if anything, did you observe about Harmony's physical appearance when you saw her on August 7th?
Overall, excuse me, overall, she seemed,
So let me strike that question.
Yes.
Specifically, did you notice any markings or injury to her face?
I did notice a small red mark under one of her eyes and some redness, a discoloration in the eye that was closest to that.
Did the defendant tell you anything regarding how that injury occurred?
He did. He said that he had bought the kids, he had 2 younger children, he bought the kids like foam swords or lightsabers, and that they were playing with them, and that Harmony was struck in the face, in the eye, and that's how that.
It's convenient that, he was able to push the time out. First the detective, the CPS guy comes, he's leaving with Harmony. Then the second time he wants to set up a visit, he can't do it because he thinks they're sick. They have some type of issue. Now he finally gets there, 7 days later? And there's just a little bit of discoloration, a little dot under her eye, just the small things. I think he was more calculated. He probably had been messing with her, been throwing her around, been beating her up, and then, kind of gave himself some time. It's like, okay, CPS is on my ass. Let's give myself some time. Let's figure this out. knowing how CPS operates and they don't really do anything with much force, he was able to just skid right around them. And even in his interrogation, he even says multiple times, like, yeah, CPS came all the time and nothing happened. Like, I don't know why you guys are here. That was like his pride and joy. Like, yeah, CPS came and nothing was wrong. It's just because he was more calculated than CPS. That was the only difference, I feel like.
She got that mark.
So, Mr. Soros, I want to switch gears and I want to discuss January of 2020. On January 8th of 2020, did you make contact with the defendant?
I believe so. I would like to review my contacts, please.
I'm sorry, could you speak a little more loudly?
Yes, ma'am.
And repeat the answer to that question?
I do remember receiving a report then, and I don't remember the exact date and whether I made contact or not.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at your report?
Yes. Yes, it was January 8th, 2020.
And how did that communication occur?
I apologize, meaning how did I contact them?
Yes.
Oh, phone.
You spoke to him on the phone.
Yes.
And what, if anything, during that conversation did he say about Harmony Montgomery?
I believe it was that conversation. I would have to check my notes to make sure because I can't remember if it was that.
Okay, bro doesn't know anything. Why did they even bring him as a damn witness? I mean, I know why, because he was like the first contact, but damn, bro. Like, did they not tell him to read over the report real quick before trial? Like, fuck. He don't know nothing. He's just read along. They should just leave his notes out. They should just be like, hold your notes, and when we ask you a question, look for the answer. But anyways, I mean, I know people have different lives. They move on. They do different things. But damn, bro doesn't remember shit. And it's kind of annoying.
Or later when meeting with him, that he had told me that Harmony was now living with her biological mother.
Do you recall the specifics of what he said about how she came to be with her biological mother?
He had said that she was having visits with her mother, and again, I'd have to probably look at my notes again, but I believe due to their unstable housing situation, that Harmony ended up staying with her mom.
Did you follow up with Crystal Sorey?
I did make an attempt. I called and I believe I left a voicemail.
If I could have just a moment, Mr. Soros.
You? Attorney Brooks?
All right, and that was pretty much prosecution. I mean, you know, just pretty much given his testimony of what he saw. But I mean, clearly there was some stuff happening, in my opinion. You know, you got the mark under the eye. He's delaying it. The most telling part is that he's delaying things, saying that one kid got this one sickness, now the other one caught it. We have to delay again. It's giving me red flags right there for sure.
Good afternoon, Mr. Saros. We met briefly beforehand. My name is Jamie Brooks, and I represent Mr. Montgomery. Just in terms of the timeline, a report came in on July 29th of 2019 regarding Harmony, correct?
Correct.
And specifically, it was that Adam had caused a black eye.
That was in the report. Someone referred, whomever it was that made the report referred to it as a shiner, which I interpret as a black eye.
And the report was made anonymously, but you knew the person to be Kevin Montgomery?
I did learn that later on.
So that day you went to the residence, the 29th,
Yes.
but it was a very fleeting encounter. Adam and Harmony were getting in a vehicle as you were arriving.
Correct.
So you observed Harmony for all of 10 seconds, right?
Thereabouts, yeah.
30, 40 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
You were in your car still at the time.
Yes,
But you did have a longer visit approximately a week later, correct?
yes,
That was August 7th.
yes,
You went inside the residence.
I did.
And it sounds like you spoke with Adam, but you also spoke with Harmony.
I did.
Your general or preferred practice is to try and meet with the kid alone, correct?
Correct.
But that doesn't always happen.
Correct.
Sometimes there is a parent there,
Sometimes there's a parent there,
or in the next room.
or in the next room.
And you don't have any specific recollection regarding whether anybody was present when you spoke with Harmony.
I don't recall that.
But you were able to visually see Harmony, right?
Yes.
And you noticed a little bit of red in her right eye.
I can't remember if it was a right or left eye, but it was one of the eyes.
In one eye, there was some redness,
Yes.
faded bruising as well.
Yeah, I'd refer to it as like a faint red mark and then some redness in the eye.
Harmony had her glasses.
Come on, redness in the eye, guys. Come on, that's you getting the shit kicked out of you. I've had a few redness in my eye before. Almost every single time it was a concussion or I got hit really hard in the fucking face. This shit like that doesn't just happen from the chance of it. Or you're playing Star Wars sabers and you get hit in the eye. No, that's close to a concussion or a concussion. Your eye got bruised from the inside. You have that little red shit. Come on now. People are acting like this is scientifically groundbreaking. Like, bro, it's pretty fucking obvious somebody was beating up the little girl. I hate when people sit around and they're just like, yeah, there's some redness, some discoloration. Could have been like, bro, no. Like, it could have been what, bro? It's obvious.
Right?
She did.
She agreed to remove them, right?
Yes.
So that you could look at her.
Yes.
And there's a standard set of questions you ask under these circumstances, right?
I do. I did.
So again, without indicating what the answer was, you would obviously ask her what had happened,
Yes.
and other questions regarding her general safety.
Yes.
Aside from the redness in her eye and the faded bruising, you did not observe anything else concerning regarding Harmony's person or well-being.
I did not.
I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
But yeah, that was pretty much offense and defense, baby. What do you guys think about the witness? I'm going to come back with some more witnesses, kind of break them down. I thought this was a witness. In my opinion, this is a witness that needed to happen. But holy shit. But holy shit, he could have done a better job. Like, damn it, bro. You made one of the smoothest, like, interactions become kind of choppy with all those, let me refer to my notes. Like, bro, read your notes an hour before court. You'll be A-okay, buddy. I don't know. I just thought he kind of dropped the ball in that situation. Maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe he couldn't see his notes ahead of time, but he should have somehow. But anyways, man, rest in peace to Harmony. Rest in peace to Harmony Montgomery, man. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Until then, guys, you already know what time it is. Stay inside, stay safe. I love you guys, man. You guys are amazing. Road to 30K. It's a beautiful feeling, man. I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm out of here.